Beyonce is saying she has an entity take over her when she performs.
Right?
Yeah, I believe
Uh,
that.
You can't not believe it because she said it.
I believe it.
That's the weird part is that she said it too. Nobody gives it the time of day. Like we heard her say that in an interview. That's weird, right?
Yeah, well, she's like,
I
I have
feel
my body taken over by an entity.
and that like I feel like the reaction is not enough. I do
That's a good
that's
point.
really my main
It
thing.
didn't like make the news. It wasn't like, oh,
No,
this artist said something weird.
and I don't know what fans of Beyonce would think when that like
Did they just think it's a character? Do they think it's like, oh, this is the Sasha Fierce thing or whatever?
But no, she literally says, yeah, I bet you they do. She literally says she can't do certain things that she
Right.
can do on stage because like during rehearsals because the entity isn't in her when she's rehearsing.
The
She only
entity can't
comes yeah, she can't show up for
make rehearsals?
rehearsals.
That's all. Sorry.
That's
Just
lame.
having-
Yeah, no, I
just calling out Beyonce being lazy or Beyonce's entity.
her
being lazy.
entity. Beyonce works hard.
Is the entity assigned to like others too, or is it just like you would
She
think
doesn't
Beyonce's would be enough?
elaborate on that. I feel like that's enough, but you don't know. Because apparently she need the entity, I assume, is a woman too.
I
Who
think, man.
knows? But like, she seems like she wants a lot of attention. That's why she's not going to rehearsals. There's nobody watching her.
Yeah, but that's
Wants to be on stage with a big star. So she might she might go to Lady Gaga.
her version like beneath her.
Oh,
She doesn't need to
yeah.
rehearse.
Practically.
So yeah, doesn't Beyonce say that like her voice gets stronger? She's able to do things more confidently. She's able to like dance in
Yeah.
ways that she would like her
Like,
she said that she's like super shy in real life,
Oh,
but then she's like kind of hypersexual and like her character and all this.
Yeah.
So she comes on, she's like, I just allow myself to be possessed.
Here's my thing. Like, what else do we need for proof that, like, there's some crazy things happening in Hollywood? The stars literally telling us.
Like if a little blood started like dripping out of her eyes, she's like, oh, I'm sorry, that's my entity.
I don't think,
I think all of her fans would be like, oh my God, that's amazing.
no, like, oh my God, she's so
That's our
dedicated. But that was probably just, it's rough, man. I like out here being a conspiracy theorist is sometimes rough. Like when you're just like talking to people and you're like,
Yeah, and they're just like,
Hello?
it's like an innocent person. It's like, oh, I love Beyonce. She has a beautiful
Oh.
voice. You have to run it through the 30 layers of filters about what you think you know about Beyonce. And you're like, oh my God.
yeah, well, and just be like,
Yeah, her latest album.
So when you
And the people are like, oh, she just made famous because she's so talented. And she,
I know.
just-
Well, and she is. It's just like, well, her entity is more talented than her.
Did you think like, does Beyonce get jealous of the entity?
No, yeah. Well, no, obviously, or else she didn't have to tell us.
That's
about
true.
it,
She wanted to share.
No, here's what the fucking Sasha Fierce, her entity, made her tell us.
It was like, get out there and tell the world about me.
Right? Like, you're not taking all the fucking credit.
Yeah, maybe it went on for a while and Beyonce's like, no, I want to talk about it. No.
Well, no, I
Take that.
think like the
Get out there.
feel of it, and like Sasha's like pulling her
Yeah,
hair.
is she like in the door to like her hotel room? Is she like fighting with her entity and
Right?
she's just like pulling her own hair?
And being abused, quite frankly, by her psychotic like demon.
We've really made Beyonce into something.
I
What
don't
was
that.
what was well now we have her
To be
like
fair, I think she's pretty famous with our help.
I think we played a significant part in helping her just in this conversation.
So.
Well, like she's gonna reach such a wide audience. I think her
Right,
music will get really heard now.
Oh, I hope so. Like I hope for her sake. I really hope so because she's got something.
She's got something
Yeah.
inside of
That's
singing and dancing better than she can. What was the best childhood cereal?
okay. Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Everyone loves Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Okay, so I can't love it too.
No, it's
That
fine.
can't be mine.
No, it's fine.
The cookie one too.
Oh yeah. It was with like the cookie robber on the front or some shit like that, right? And they were like little discs with
They were
like teeny
hard
chocolates.
discs, which is Fruity Pebbles too. I have a lot of them.
Good.
I used to like apparently I used to like a lot of cereal. Definitely not you know what my dad used to eat?
Mhm.
Total.
God, why? Of all the
I
options.
No, but
Although I have a
that's
guilty
a psychotic person. And
Yes,
he
Total
wasn't,
is like-
but like Dexter probably eats Total. You know what I mean?
But for the vitamins and minerals, like it has to be
Probably
like
a health thing.
I'm just doing this
Totally,
for the
right?
vitamins.
But
and
like
minerals.
it does not. I mean, that was like paper, or you know what? It was like corrugated
Cardboard?
Cardboard.
Yep, there you go. Helping out with the
I
material.
used to work for a corrugated box company.
What?
Yeah.
Did you?
I did the file clerk stuff,
Weird.
which I actually enjoyed, and they thought I did really good.
Oh,
And they did offer me a 9 to 5 job, and I was like, no, I'm going to be a famous actress.
so far so good.
No, it's still coming. Yep.
Yeah, pretty soon you'll be able to take like 2 or 3 days in a row off from
Oh.
corrugated box factory.
Well, I don't still work there.
Oh, okay.
They would have given me like paid time off, I bet.
You know what I like?
I think it was like $7 an hour though that they like offered me at the time. And even like I was like probably making like 6 at the
Yeah,
time.
way back
And
then.
as a file clerk, I was like, are you guys trying to fuck
That
me
was like
over?
$5.50 an hour. You work all fucking day, make $35. That's wild. That's wild to think about.
Now minimum wage is like $25. No, it's not. But like, yeah, it's like, and then they can't even get workers to work those $20
Like,
jobs.
I'll pay you $20 an hour to just to work at McDonald's, and the kids are like, nah,
Nah, not McDonald's.
grape nuts
Oh,
with a lot of
that's
sugar. With a
disgusting.
lot of sugar, and then it becomes
Disagree.
this like syrupy, delicious, sticky,
You have to put a lot
almost like a
sugar.
a lot of sugar, a lot of sugar. And then you
A
gotta let
little
it
bit
sit.
textury too.
You gotta let it sit so it gets a little
How
mushy.
long am I sitting? Breakfast is
20
a
minutes.
prompt thing. We're not
Grab and
waiting
go.
around.
Not with grape nuts. No, there's a
Yeah.
whole procedure. A little mushy.
Oh, you know
Mushy
what was
sweet.
kind of my like frosted mini like
The little mini wheats.
yeah, I liked those for a while.
For a while too, especially when they made the strawberry ones and they had like the little.
I
You never had the strawberry?
would have liked that.
Minnesota was like super diverse. We had all sorts of stuff up there. Like
I
strawberry
wouldn't
mini-
call Minnesota diverse, but I get what you're saying with cereal.
like diversity in
I've
cereal.
never been around so many white people before.
Yeah, from Minnesota and Somalians.
Oh yeah,
That's the two.
the
That,
only
like,
two
right?
diversities.
Both sides just agree, like let's just do our thing. You know what I mean? Bro?
It seems that way.
Somalians are like, we're just gonna do this, and then the white
Yeah.
people are like, we're just gonna do this. It's like, all right, cool, all right, cool.
You guys seem to have worked it out. That's nice.
It's like a whole statewide agreement. I mean, you never seem to be going into the fish bowl. I don't know how long we talked about
But you
cereal.
hold on to that one. Who is your question? This is one of mine. What do you think about Kanye?
Oh, I love Kanye.
I love his music so much too. He is definitely a little crazy.
Oh, for sure.
For sure. A lot crazy. He says like insane things when in like he's do you think he is still Kanye?
Oh, like if he's a clone or not?
Yeah.
Man,
He
I don't
went
know.
Period where he most definitely was not the original Kanye. He was like bigger. He had a different
Yeah.
body shape, face shape, all this strange things.
But
And
now
then
I feel
like they like
yeah,
put him back.
they like put him back. Like that's what's weird about it. It was a strange. There was a stretch of time.
It
That
was
was
a year,
this
yeah.
political thing. And then he was like, Jay-Z,
Oh,
don't come kill me.
Once
And all.
that guy like he was put in a hospital.
Yeah.
by
And it's
that
Handler
great-
or Haley or Harley.
I don't know his name, but he was like a personal trainer to the
Yeah.
stars or
Harley, I
something.
think, or something like that. Abernathy or something. I forget.
And they like, that was pretty
So then he comes back after like he was like in the hospital for a while, and he totally looks different. Totally, his body shape is
Was-
tight. He was like all
very,
muscular.
very different.
And then
he
all
had
of a sudden one
He
day
had
it was like,
butt, like
Yeah.
like his butt was on a different level than it used to be.
yeah, like they just got a double
Like
that like
higher
wasn't
or
quite
something.
good at like doesn't
And
quite
it was like a really bad double. Like it was so obvious, but like, it's too crazy to like, but it just did not seem like him. Anyway, I also think that his music is so good that no matter what he says, I mean, there are like limits to it. Like
doesn't seem to be limits to
no,
it,
not
though.
like sorry, he's just
He makes a song where he's like, I'm a Nazi, and everybody's like, all right, cool, Kanye. You know what I mean? Like,
I don't
that
know what's
beat was
wrong with
banging.
it, but like most of the like he
I mean, you can't knock it. Every time he does something that you're like, well, he can't come back from this.
I like
Well, he can't
literally I'm
come
like,
back.
well, no, and also I'm like, I shouldn't be able to come back like for Kanye for this, but I'm like, he's one of those stars that I'm like, well, the music though is so good. I can separate his personality from the music because I have to.
And I gotta
Like, his
say,
music,
he was a trendsetter on the anti-Semitism. Kanye was early on that.
I will say he went okay, he may have had a point with one of the things he stated, but then he did go
Oh,
off
yeah,
the
that's
charts
what he
with
always
it.
does. Is he'll go
Yeah.
he's like, "Oh, here's kind of a thing,"
And then
and
he's
then nuts.
and then he like well like with his like people Jewish people being in charge of like his whole like management or like
Yeah, those lawyers.
right, that's like a fact. But then he goes and like I think wants to piss people off or like goes manic and stuff and then starts saying like Adolf Hitler was great, like all sorts of crazy
Right.
things and like yeah.
Yeah, and, like, goes on Alex Jones with his face mask on talking about Hitler,
Like
and then you're like, "Wow,
I
that's
saw
something
Alex
else."
Jones like talking about that and he was like yeah and I guess it's like he took off his mask and he was like oh that's why because his eyes were like
Oh, like, he was on a ton of drugs.
yeah
Yeah, that makes sense.
well I think he got addicted to like whippets
Oh, no
but
shit.
you can't really get addicted to
I
whippets.
had not
That will melt your brain
That's wild.
yeah whippets are hardcore
But somehow and, like, people theorizing that in conspiracy communities, at least, that, like, the Kardashian family is kinda like there's like rumors about it being sort of Epsteinish and that they do all sorts of like nasty, crazy shit and within that Kardashian family. And then for him to like go through that and come out of that
right
and like, I'm just surprised sometimes the
Hey,
Kanye still is here.
right
Like some of the
Totally.
stuff he said about not only individuals, but groups of people, the government, politics. You wouldn't be surprised.
said that he sacrificed his mom. Like he's only said it once, but it was on camera. And it's like you don't just say that, especially with the relationship that he had with his mom. You don't just say that.
Right. And then he's also on camera saying like they can't like blackmail him because he didn't kill anybody. And like other people killed people. And like and like that's what he was saying to like Jay-Z and such. Which is like
Oh, in his music.
no, like one of those clips where he's like talking from his car and he was like
Seen that.
like that's why they can't come.
It's always in
That's
his
why
part that
can't
they get the
do anything.
most. That's when he was saying the thing about his mom too.
Yeah, he probably just like
Clips from the car
Yeah, just-
paparazzi.
he probably had a burger and he's like, relaxing there.
Did he own Fat Burger in LA?
I don't think so.
Oh.
Did you just make that up?
I swear to
Does he
God.
own Sears too? Maybe Kanye owns Sears.
Swear to God, I gotta Google this. I thought it was you when we used to live there that said it. So,
I probably did say it to like fuck with you or something.
wow.
But no, I don't think he owns Fatburger. People are like, yeah, he does. He owns Fatburger. What's wrong with it?
I hope
That's
I hope
Kanye's
so.
burger brand.
I thought it was weird at the time. So see, I trust you in these things.
No,
And you let
I still don't say that I did say that. I just said, oh, it sounds like something I would say.
it does
No.
now that I think about it.
I'm just trying to be friendly about it.
Sometimes I'm like caught off guard, like I'm having a weird day, and I don't like really think that like you would do that because you're my husband. But like then I realized, like, yeah, you would just tell me a stupid, weird lie that makes no sense to even lie about.
But if like now, 12, 13, 14 years later, I'm like, I'm just kidding.
That's a long time to wait. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I've
that
probably
is-
told clients about this. Like, no, I didn't actually, because it's not much of a story. But
I'm thoroughly fascinated by Kanye, and I hope he continues to do everything that he's
I
doing.
can't help but be fascinated by Kanye and love his music.
Politicians.
Did I write that?
Yeah, it's just such a general comment, you know what I mean? But I guess we
Well,
just
they're
say,
all like, okay. So I should have elaborated. I don't even remember what I wanted to, mean by that. But like, okay, so they're all corrupt and all on the same team. I believe that's my belief. I know everyone, probably you too.
all on the same team, like all behind the scenes.
Yeah, like I deep down in my soul think that, um, in general, most of them are on the same team. Most politicians, they don't care. They're not like fighting for justice.
Yeah,
Like
I
one
can
side
agree
or
with that.
the other.
And I think there's a large faction of them that are probably blackmailed, and that whether it is through like Epstein type stuff or it's through just whatever, like anything in your past that they'd have dirt on, or like,
You
hey,
would
remember you
not
never
get
paid
to that
taxes for
level if
10
you
years?
didn't have something in your past that they could use against you.
Right.
So,
And then at some point they
so
approach you.
maybe they had good intentions at one point.
I think that's a lot of what it is. I
Yeah.
think that like a lot of the politicians, especially when they get in and they're young and they're hungry and like,
Mm,
and they, they're like, wow, who's this new person who's like, gonna change stuff?
Yeah.
And then they get in there And I
But
swear
you
to God, I
have to
think
but
those.
you never were probably that great to begin with, though, because you have to have something pretty fucked up in your past.
That's what I mean. But let's just say you're running for Congress. Are you gonna be a
I think I'm gonna make him a good congressperson.
right? And like here I am, I'm like shadow government behind the scenes or whatever, and I'm like, all right, what do we got on Lindsay? Oh shit, she strangled the tiger to death. That's
Not.
horrible.
Why would I do that?
You did it in this hypothetical situation, pretty
I
aggressively.
don't like this hypothetical.
And it's on footage. We got it filmed.
Very strong, though.
You were strong.
Very
You were
strong.
drunk. It was in Thailand, and
And
boy, I don't know.
do you get really strong when you're drunk? I don't.
Maybe
I don't
because
think I could have accomplished
you
it.
strangled
I
the
don't.
tiger.
I see this weird like.
My point is,
Was the tiger like even passed out? Even passed out, I don't think I could strangle a
it
tiger
was
to death.
it was like a special needs tiger. Like definitely, it wasn't. It didn't have its paws.
And I strangled?
Yeah, it was kind of batting at you, kind of with the fur,
But
the bone.
I am a terrible
It
person.
was very emaciated, so it didn't have a lot of strength to like push you off of it in this scenario. But then I know this about you, and I'm like, all right, we're gonna back Lindsay.
I just
And then she gets in, and she's like, oh, here's what I'm gonna do all this stuff. I promised the people I'm gonna do all these things.
Mhm.
And then I go to Lindsay and I go, hey, how's it going? Now that you're here, remember this tiger thing? We know all about it. And if you don't want anyone to know about it, you can do a little bit of what you talked about, and then you can do a lot of what we tell you
I do have regrets.
about the tiger. Yeah, it's all coming back to you now, right? Bit of a blur. Camera doesn't lie.
I was doing whippets at the time.
So I think that a lot of politicians are like that. And then I also think that there are like a handful of them that get in somehow that have like very few ties to the outside world. And then they can't really do anything.
Oh God,
They
there's
can't, like,
no.
make
That's a big thing about it. It's like, okay, so whether they're good or bad or whatever, none of them have any control. There's something that's already been. The election has already been rigged. The like decisions have already been made.
Yeah,
Like
it's kind of like
they're like for the show.
yeah, they're like
The
characters of
audience,
the player.
us. They're putting on a show for whatever reason, and they don't even try that hard to put on a show. Really, I swear, like they could do so much better, but they're almost like laughing at us. Like we're just gonna like.
You want to put on like wigs and makeup? Like what kind of show are you looking for? You know, like
No, I mean like they
outfits,
could
like
be more.
fist fights?
They could be a little bit less obvious,
Oh,
I
that's true.
think.
They can be a bit transparent, especially once they've
But
been there
not
for a long time.
but no, but it works because most people don't even think like that. So
My favorite is when you find out like a politician has been there, like, oh, this individual's been in their position for like 37 years. Like, how the fuck? How the fuck
we
do you last that long?
well, right, and also like how many organs have you had donated to you by God knows what? Like
You're
because
holding
like
the
why
empire.
are you still alive? For sure, like, and why do you still have a job? Like, isn't there like boomers are still able to retire, but these people don't ever. Like,
Yeah, and they make like 150 or $180,000 a year, but
but
somehow
then
they all have $20 million. And I mean, and they're allowed to like trade stocks based on inside knowledge. That wink, wink, nod, nod.
all right, and then like
Come on.
the donations from APAC and all sorts of
Yes, all
stuff.
sorts of different organizations. All right, you should do another.
I'm gonna do another green one. Who is the Antichrist? Like what famous?
Jared Kushner. No, I just heard that on a podcast the other day when it was like odds on money of who the Antichrist is, and I did not expect someone to say Jared Kushner. And I was like, that's an interesting perspective. And then they went on a whole rant about why it was Jared Kushner. And I was like, I never would have considered Jared Kushner.
Oh, well, there's that.
He's not like in the news.
No.
You'd think like the Pope or something that would be like, oh, the obvious
Yeah. Well, the
answers.
Popes are in Chicago now.
Pope from Chicago.
I just don't understand how people can think that there's this one dude that's like
Closest to God.
closest to God. Like also to be like this has gone off course, but like to the audacity for like someone like anyone like all the like Pope candidates to all like think like
Did you just shimmy your shoulders for Pope candidates?
they're yeah.
Okay.
Like they're in their robes, like shimmy. Like I picture them like shimming through like the like halls of the Vatican.
Right. Yep. Yep.
Like they're probably swoosh. Yeah.
You want to make too much noise.
Like all going to the like little room where it's being decided.
Yeah, the
It's gonna
enclave.
be the like
Yeah, yeah.
audacity of anyone to think that they're like the closest to God is immediate like dismissal of you for me. Anyway, Antichrist. So yeah, it could be the
But
like
why would we assume that it's the most obvious and popular person? Like, it made more
right.
sense. Like, if it was like, if I was casting him, I'd be like, it's just Jim that works
One
at
is
the
our neighbor,
right,
like
someone like that.
he's always casting spells.
Yeah, and he's got like
And us.
clouds over his
Oh,
house and like dead crows and shit. You're like, I don't know, man.
wow.
This guy might be the Antichrist.
Yeah, because crows, they know good and evil.
But that's not something you can ask somebody.
It's uncomfortable.
You know?
I could. If it's the Antichrist,
Yeah.
I could tell. Like, I'd be mad enough.
Oh, okay, well,
If you're a bad enough person, I'd be like, like.
But we're talking about my neighbor. We're talking about our neighbor. So I'm like, let's just like, okay,
If
let's say
if I legitimately thought that he was the Antichrist,
right.
I'd be all up in his face. Like,
Okay.
what do you?
What would you say? I'm like over here clipping the hedges, and I'm like,
Wait, okay,
oh,
what
hey,
are
like,
the what's the
I live
backstory?
in the
Why
house
do I
with the
think?
fucking lightning and the dead crows. Like you just said, our neighbor.
Yeah, get out of our neighborhood. Get out. Get out.
So if you walk,
Like,
if you
You're
walk by,
disgusting.
and I'm clipping the hedges,
You're the reason all this bad stuff is happening to the whole world. Like how dare you like be in my neighborhood? Like we don't have one of those home, what is those like home like
this is all the same stuff you say to me. There's nothing really sets it apart from being.
yeah, because I'm not mad right now. Like I'd have to like be
You have to
like,
work yourself up
oh,
to give him a piece of my mind.
I just think, yeah, you'd have to. You have to go right.
Yeah,
You have to be direct.
You can't limp in with the Antichrist. Yeah,
Yeah, and you have to be direct.
come prepared.
Passive aggressive is not going to work. You have to be direct, make eye contact,
Right.
and really, like, be serious.
And maybe you can ask like leading questions like Christianity's cool, right? Just kind of like, okay.
What do you think of the current Pope?
Yeah, pretty cool guy, right?
Yeah, like, what do you think of what their little outfits look like?
Now you might be able to tell if he just have if he has like hooves for feet. That's how he's the
then I'd be a little
scariest.
less direct because the hooves for feet for some reason freak me out. And
Yeah,
also,
yeah.
I would like probably try and summon someone that's, like really good to do it. Like someone that's really been around the block and has been tried and tested.
So now you're tasking the Antichrist, is what you're saying?
No, I am trying to find someone really good
To do what?
to go up against the Antichrist.
You just having like an end of the world battle royale in the neighborhood?
Well, yeah, it's like
You want to bring in like Jesus or Muhammad or something?
someone like really like
based on
actual like yeah, like current though,
But like, let's say if you had like all the prophets, the leaders, like you had like Jesus and Muhammad and like all the other prophets and
Yeah,
leaders.
seem like you
Yeah,
a lot of
stumbled about a little bit there. But then like, let's say they huddled up and they had to pick somebody to represent like the whole team.
would be.
No.
Well, they wouldn't all get along. Let's be honest. They would not get along.
Practice what they preach in this scenario. They got to be peaceful.
Well, do they all are we going off of like what's
Buddha's there.
thing? Buddha would be too peaceful.
Don't stereotype Buddha. Buddha can get down. You can give Buddha a knife.
For cutting up like food.
If he tries to feed you, he's just like, I'm going to take some apples over there to the Antichrist. It's a novel approach, Buddha.
How is that going to help Buddha?
Maybe it makes friends.
I don't ask Buddha.
No, if you can recruit him, you don't have to kill the Antichrist. If you can recruit him to be on the good side, and Buddha comes back and is like, hey guys, I want to introduce Jim, the Antichrist. And everybody's like, wow. He's like,
that's an idea.
Man.
That's for sure.
What do you expect him
Here's
to
the
do?
thing, he's already done enough bad stuff. Are you like, you know what I mean?
Pretty close space, you're always
Trust him,
redeemable.
even if he was recruitable. Can you trust him not to do
It's a good point.
some
Yeah.
like some messed up stuff that
I bet the Antichrist could be deceptive. After
oh yeah.
oh, we're cool.
Yeah,
We're totally cool. I love like raining and stuff and like and
So I don't
positive
think
things.
any of them could really do it. You know what? It would be up to us.
Well, I could say that you got to have a summit at least where you could like the Antichrist can come, but like some of his people and like the delegate, whatever they pick, if they're like they pick Buddha, And like Buddha can come, but he can also bring like Jesus and stuff. It's kind of like, like that
It
helper.
would have to be a group of them.
And they just meet at a neutral place like North Korea, South Korea.
North Korea is a neutral
Like, where North Korea, South Korea, the little line there, where they sit in a little room.
Yeah.
All right, now put like Jesus and
why would it be there though? That's a very hostile environment.
But it's
how is that a neutral?
Internationally recognized neutral room, right? I think that everyone agrees.
Technically, that's
neutral.
I would not go in that room for the life of me. I'd be like worried I was gonna get like accidentally. You know what I mean? Like I think I would be nervous that I would accidentally fall over that line.
It's not that.
Kind of like a cliff's edge. You're just so worried that it actually like that you'd fall off the cliff's edge.
And that's it. You explode.
Like I would think that I would just fall over to North Korea's side and they'd like
the good side was they're gonna
like off to like slavery and like into the like prisons that they'll never escape.
Here's a half a cup of rice for you. Get in there.
No, I think they actually like count out the rice.
But I bet the Antichrist side, like him and his team, are like, we accept the location. Like we're down to go over to a North Korean like neutral room.
See, that's
a positive guy would be like, let's not make waves.
Right.
It's a bad location for us to
fight Antichrist with like a little more Antichrist energy.
One, would you join the CIA?
See, okay, here's why it's a good question, because I wrote that one. Would you? So it's a horrible organization that should be dismantled. However, to find out information, would you swim in that?
The question isn't, would you infiltrate the CIA? Just join the CIA.
Yeah.
So you would join it under the pretense
I'm not saying that's what I'm saying. That's what the question entails. So would you do it? Like, I know you wouldn't just join because
you do it for like a fact-finding
mission. I'm wondering, that's what the question is. Wondering if you would, and the question is also given to me.
There's too many extenuating circumstances.
So, because because then they're going to kill you at some point if you're doing if you're found out or something.
It depends on what I'm doing. Am I a fudge tester for the CIA?
That was a stupid, what?
If they're like, you don't fucking know, because there's a lot of possibility. If they could be like, listen, we need you deep covered in northern Michigan. You're a fudge taster.
So so you're not getting any information then as a fudge taster.
I didn't say that I had to get information. I'm just working for the CIA. The question was, would I join the CIA?
Join the CIA to be a fudge tester? Or would you rather join to get information, just because I'd really kind of want the information, but I still wouldn't.
But that's why I don't think they would bring you on, because you tell them that up front. And
not.
Now it's like treasonous, right? You'd like espionage. What are you going to do with this information? You can't come home and be like, hey guys, I know where the alien bodies are.
Why? I'm not even fully in the CIA for the right reasons anyway.
If I was in the CIA already, before you, I would warn them. I would be
that's shitty. That's really shitty to find out.
No, she wants to infiltrate home files and shit. And she's got check her for fucking USB ports. She's going to have little USB sticks.
It's disappointing to find out about you. And I'm not surprised.
I do this. I literally just doing this. I'll point at you like this.
I'm really angry.
As soon as you walk in the room, be like, you should check her for all sorts of things. She's always eating the silverware too. The fucking cafeteria.
This one is called nature.
What are these topics?
Okay.
Blue.
I think I should have maybe elaborated.
Let's skip nature.
No, nature's scary.
Okay.
I am not into nature. So everyone's into nature, right? I enjoy it from a enclosed place where nature can't touch me. I'm just saying,
a little mobile zoo that
I wouldn't be opposed to having a everywhere I go in nature, just if it's if there's something that can bite me or touch me,
nature.
I wouldn't mind having an enclosed a screen around me, screened in. Or just move when the screen
moves.
I love sitting in the car and enjoying nature from the car. I am not someone who's going to necessarily put a blanket down on the ground. Mostly,
it's been 12 years since I've been able to get you to camp, so I completely agree.
You lost your privileges because
we don't have to litigate
our camp, and I
to litigate how I
outside of our tent, and I woke up in ants.
Yeah, but That's nature.
Because what kind of nature person could you possibly be? Like, that's the number one rule, not to.
I don't know how nature that was. I mean, it was a
It
concert.
was a festival.
It was a
Thank
festival.
God, or else bears
Well, let's
would
get
have eaten
back, let's
us.
get back to nature, because I'm pro nature. I think I would be great if
Pro nature.
I mean, you put me out in like the woods, like fucking throw me in a like burlap
The
sack.
scary thing is that I think that you would be, but you're such a city.
Okay, Elizabeth, if you just give me a knife, okay, some toothpicks, a tuning fork, and a stapler, I will fuck nature up.
Fork.
Yeah, then because you can always
I
figure out
love
where.
the tuning fork, but
That's how you can
what
figure
do
out
you-
where north is, right? Because you're like, once you hit it, like,
and that's not what it does. But that is, first of all, you should, if you're really a nature guy, you should know how to find north without a tuning fork. And also, I think you might be confused about what a tuning fork does.
a compass.
Okay, you're mispronouncing compass. Compass is how.
But if you put me out there, I mean, Bill, this is what I would do, right? You drop me in the middle of the woods. I would start building a hut. Build a hut, start a fire. You want to keep the giraffes away. You want to keep also the baboons and the monkeys and snakes and shit.
Certainly
away.
true.
If you
It's
get some
not-
chinchillas that come in, that's cool. They fucks with humans. It's totally fine.
Yeah. Well, why wouldn't you want the first?
I'm saying you want to make friends with some of the animals. It's like jail. So you want to figure out what animals are you going to hang out with. So if you're cool with the chinchillas and maybe you find something badass like a fucking badgers and you're like, you get down with the badgers. And then like when the other animals are like, what's up? Then you're like, what's up? And like all the badgers are there. So you're like, fuck you, bro. And they're like, oh, word. And then you fucking go back to each other's corners all pissed off and shit, but at least you can sleep.
I'm going to be honest. I feel like we've gotten off track.
Nature's cool. That's my point.
Well,
it's like the
I like animals.
Anyway, what psychic ability would you want to have? That's a good one.
Okay, what are our options?
Psychic ability.
And we're supposed to like
clairvoyant, clairsentient, clairaudient, so you can like hear spirits, you can see ghosts.
No.
You can hold on. There's a lot that you're probably not thinking of. You could when you travel somewhere and in
your brain, that's one of them. That's an option.
Yeah.
Like, what is it called? The
remote
CIA.
Remote viewer.
Okay.
Remote viewer. If you could like leave your body, you know those people that can actually like pop out of their body like at night.
Yeah. Okay. And then you have to like, and then you could possibly you have a string.
Yeah, something else. String or something.
That I'm not getting lost in some other.
Okay, then what about talking to the dead, helping people that way, right? Like
no, because they don't ever seem to like give you enough knowledge.
I'd find a way to charge the dead. That's where a lot of these psychics are doing.
If you like, I'm with you on that.
You know what I mean?
Because they're always like, oh, will you tell my tell this person randomly in the supermarket. Like I get my own shit going on.
I'm getting guam.
I'm like, you want me to give this this is a two-way street.
Right.
But I don't think they can pay you, so it would never work.
But some of those spirits will have just passed. So their credit card numbers are still good. And if you can hear with the messages.
I mean,
but you never hear like
over that.
I buried some gold out in the woods. Here's the coordinates. You never hear like, oh, that's sweet. Right. I'll tell you loved ones.
They're like all kind of shitty.
Yeah, like do this for me.
Or something. Or ghosts.
Okay, so
remote viewing is still the front contender. Oh, wait. Oh, no, never mind. I thought I was switching it in my head to superpowers. Never mind.
Okay.
Like, like flying and shit. No, okay. So psychic abilities back. We're back. Remote viewing is really I don't want to talk to the dead because like we said, we already went over it.
I still think I would pick that though. I would like to see and be able to hear and communicate with the other side. Because then you can actually help people. You can make a living. You could you can make some damn good money at that shit.
Remote viewing, you don't think you can get some ways to steal really well? That's a living.
Yeah, I guess so. But it's like, what are you going to go steal something over in Iran? Nobody remote views down the block at the bank. I was remote viewing a long way away.
You don't have to though. You could just.
I
haven't thought out my devious plan yet, but I'm just saying remote viewing could be, and that wasn't making a profit wasn't what we asked either.
That's
it's
fine,
just which one would you enjoy the most?
But if you remote view to the bank, right? Like I could just talk to the dead bank manager and he's like, oh dude, it's just 13,9, 16,4. I'd be like, okay, fine.
Yeah, but okay, you're back on like how this is a money making adventure where we were just saying
But what's
psychic ability you
does
would like.
making money factor into what psychic ability you would like?
Mine still could. I just haven't identified exactly how this would be.
I'm like writing books.
Uh,
You know what I mean?
yeah, you'd be one of those, and then they go after you and think you're like a fake.
Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah.
Already dismantling your career.
No, see, but I'd be one of the real ones.
Yeah, but there's always rumors and
Remote beat
where
that,
there's smoke, there's fire, and I would be that fucking fire.
Why are you trying to bring down my
I
career
would,
already?
like, ooh, yeah, no, he gets his information on the intranet before any of his readings.
I just Google it.
Right.
Right. Then I'm like, oh, Betsy said she
Owned a farm back in the
left
day.
you an old dresser from the war. And then they'll be like, how'd you know about that?
Mhm.
Yeah. Google. Go ahead.
Why would that be on Google?
Well, she was a special dresser. The guy who
Okay, so
made it
this is
special.
the draft.
Well, I'm obviously kind of fucked the draft, but
Right. Well, no, it's kind of fucked up that that was a thing. Like both my grandfather and father was in America.
yeah, I mean, you can implement the draft at
Well,
any
you could,
time.
yes, but I'm just saying it's not currently a draft like situation.
Yeah,
They
true.
would not have drafted you.
But if we really went to war, you know how happy I was as a guy once I got like to 35.
I know. I
I
was
smiled.
so scared as a woman. I was like, I mean, I was so glad I am a woman because of that. I remember that when I was a kid, I was like, oh, thank God.
Right? Like you're not
But
gonna
like, I was scared they'd change it.
you're not gonna knit the enemy into submission.
Like for example, like my dad was just like going along in his life and got drafted.
Yeah, it's
That's messed up. It's a
crazy to
good
think about.
chunk of your life.
And so
And then
many
you
wars
go
have
to
been that way.
war. My dad didn't go to war because he fucked up his knee or something, which I think is interesting. They're like, we're gonna send you to war to most likely die.
Yeah.
But if you have an injury,
We don't not give a fighting chance.
but I'm surprised that they would be like that because you know what I mean? If you're sending, they don't seem like they're like that good of people that are sending people to war.
I'm surprised they don't send out the people that
The cripples and stuff. Right. That's what I mean, like, that's what I would assume.
people bodies could be like in the woods with like bow and arrows, and then when people are like on the other side's like, what's going on with everybody in these wheelchairs? And then you catch them like with their guard, and then you fuck them up with the guys from the woods and the arrows and shit.
That's so bad.
If you time it right, none of the people in the wheelchairs and shit even get attacked because the other side's like, what the hell is going on? Boom! Catch you sleeping. It's the empathy that will be their downfall.
We're gonna win this war. I think we should leave it at that.